Previously, we looked at a simple definition of statistics, and we saw an example, a simple example, where we looked at three categories of travelers, how they travel to work. And we saw how many travel by taxi, how many travel by bus, how many travel by private cars. And we have a little table here. Alright? We looked at putting these things in a chart that is called a bar chart because of these bars. We call it a bar chart. Now, we're going to look at another chart which we call the pie chart. It's popularly called the pie chart. Now, as for the pie chart, it's really a chart that displays proportions of a whole collection as sector angles of a circle. Alright? The whole circle represents everything, and then the angles in the sector of the circle represent these various proportions within that whole collection. Now, it will somewhat let me see now. Probably somewhat look like this. Alright. Pie chart. You probably have seen these things before. Now, as for the name pie chart, it looks like a whole pie that you cut up into sectors like that. Now, I'm located in Jamaica, and I don't really see the pie being sold at many outlets, stores or restaurants and so on. But I see very popular a type of food that looks like a circle, which you can slice like this. Is the bulla. So I could call this chart the bulla chart. Well, you can slice the bulla like that, but the bulla is usually small. You don't bother to slice it like that. But I also see another type of food. When you look at it, it looks like a circle, and you slice it up into sectors. It is a pizza. Right? So I could call this a pizza chart. But anyway, let's just stick with the name pie chart. Alright? Since that is the name that internationally is given. So we call this a pie chart. Let us make a pie chart using the information that we have here in the table. Now, we will need to calculate the sector in the circle that we form. For example, if we have our circle here, alright, and we divide it up into various sectors, we'll need this angle for the taxi, this angle for the bus, this angle for the private car, whatever the case is. Do you think you can do that? Alright, if you think so, what I want you to do is pause the video, and right now, while you pause it, calculate the angles taken up by the taxi, the bus, and the private car. So go ahead, do so now. Alright, so you pause the video and you calculated the angles. How did it go? Let's see something here. We have we'll need the total first. You have 1560, you have 840, you have 320. I want to calculate the total here. This is 0, 6 and 4, 10, 11, 12. Bring down 2, carry 1. 5 and 1, 6. 8 and 6, 14. 15, 16, 17. That's 17. Bring down the 7. Carry this 1, 1 and 1, 2. I have 2720. 2,720 travelers in total. Now, I have I want to change, I want to change the color. Here, what I want to do is find out what proportion of the 1560 is taken up. What proportion of 1560 is 2720, and then calculate the angles using that. Now what I do is say 1560 divided by 2720. The total angle in a circle is 360 degrees. You can imagine that if I had 2000, then 1000 out of it, that's half. So 1000, if that were the case, out of 2000 would be half. Now in this case, this looks like it's less than half. 1560 over 2720 by 360. You see that? And that will give me the angle that must be taken up by the taxi, because this what I'm dealing with here is the taxi figure. So 1560 over 2720 by 360. Let's see, 1560 over 2720 is that times 360 degrees. 200, let's call it 206 degrees. That's the angle taken up by the taxi. 206 degrees. Alright. Then I want the angle taken up by the bus. 840. That's the bus over a total of 2720 times the 360 degrees. 840 over 2720 by 360. 840 over 2720 equals times 360, and that gives me 111 degrees. So that's 111. And then I have the private cars. Let's do the private cars down here. It's 320 over 2720 by 360 degrees. 320 over 2720. So 320 over 2720. 2720 is that times 360, 42. So I have 42 degrees here. Oh no. Right. Alright. 42. Does everything add up back to 360? 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to adjust one of these figures, because if I have 206 plus 111, that's 317. 317 plus 42 is what? 317 plus 42, 9, 415. I have 359. I want 360. Alright. So what I do is call this one 43. I didn't see anything to round up. No, let's not call this 43. Let's change this one up here from 206 to 207. Alright, nice. 207. So what I have are the angles, and these angles are taxi 207, bus 111, cars, 42 degrees. Alright, nice. Now, let's erase some of these to make some space. And then we look at our so-called pie chart. To make our pie chart, I need a circle. Alright, that's my circle, good circle. Then I use my protractor. You can use a protractor to get these angles. Alright, I'm just going to estimate right now. This is the center of the circle, 180 something. I'm going to take this as a taxi section, this large area as a taxi section. I know it passed 180, so it's a reflex angle here. So TAXI, and this is 207 degrees. Let's put DAG, 207 degrees. The 111, it has passed 90 degrees, so it's a larger than 90 degrees, and that's bus. Bus takes up 111 degrees, so let me put that there. BUS 111 degrees. That's for the bus. Let me just put it here. And then for private cars, let's just say cars, right? Although many of these taxis are really cars too, but these are private cars. Or I could put P cars. Private cars, 42 degrees. So this section is for the private cars. I didn't have all of the space here to put the entire words. Alright, well, this can hold here, but this private car is 42 degrees. So that is our so-called pie chart. Alright, another way of representing, another popular type of chart that is used to represent information that you collect and then analyze. Alright, so the bar chart and the pie chart are very popular charts to use to represent information that you have found when you analyze data that you've collected. Alright, we will continue with this topic in another video, so I will see you